On this episode of For All Nerds Show, Tatiana and I talk about Howard Homecoming, the highs and the lows, and how to deal with this crazy reality that we're living in today. And what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the For All Nerds Show. It's your boy, DJ Benhameen, a.k.a. Baron Benzemo, Professor and Mary Jane, Quentin Quarantino, taking it back with that one. Toss a coin to your ninja. Charlie Brownish, Lightwork Yagami, Blart Bent, here in the spaceship tonight. And as always, I'm joined by
Tatiana King, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as Flex Luthor, Lambo, Calrissian, Gucci Mane, DeLorean, Good Grief, Karga, Tatiana the Kingslayer. I'm dreaming of a Walter White Christmas, Dark Chocolate Phoenix, and Trash Ketchum.
So Blart Bent, would his costume be all red or all right?
What you mean?
If it was Blart Bent, his costume would be all red, right? Because no crip. So like
yes.
He'd have to be an all red Superman with like some yellow in it.
That's right.
All right.
That's correct. Why are you about to do that for Halloween?
Nah, I'm doing Swaggalactus again for Halloween.
You're gonna do Swaggalactus, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Shout out to that. Again, if y'all wasn't there for New York Comic-Con, y'all missed the birth of an incredible superhero. I don't even know if you want to call him a superhero, an entity, if you will. Benhameen Swaggalactus, which very famous actually. What was it, Sunday that you brought out Swaggalactus? The clouds parted, the herald was there trumpeting your entry into the world, and everyone responded in kind. People were just like, not my planet, please. But also a lot of people wanted to take pictures with you. They were really happy to see you. And I was like, I just want you to know, like, you actually brought a lot of joy to people, especially little kids. I was actually surprised. I thought they would be scared of you. But a lot of them were just like, oh, excited. They want to take pictures, just because you have like sometimes when you have a big presence, it scares children. But like these kids was all over you. They were really wanting to be near you. So I think you did a really good job.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I was really surprised myself too at how much the kids love Swaggalactus and just Galactus in general. Like they knew him by name. They were immediately running up like, yo, I want to take a picture with Galactus and all that. So that was really dope. So
yeah. And these are also kids of nerds. So, of course, I'm sure that they've taught them.
Definitely taught them well.
But
it was still surprising. On that note, though, it's supposed to rain in New York, man. I'm hoping the weather gets better because it's...
For Halloween?
Yeah, it's not looking good right now.
And that sucks because Halloween was on a Friday this year.
Yeah.
And like, that only happens every few years. And because that means it's like an extended Halloween weekend. And that would suck, but there's always Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but we had all these plans for like the kids on Friday with there's a whole block party thing going on and stuff. It sucks.
Maybe you got to do an indoor thing. Go to the rec center, set up some tables.
The rec center. What is this? Break into?
That's what it was called. Okay, the rec center.
Not the rec center. Gotta save the rec center. We gotta put on a breakdance battle. That was literally the plot of, I think, Breaking 2, was that they were trying to save the rec center and they had to put on a breakdance battle.
News to me.
Yeah, trust me. I've only seen it recently on Hulu, I think. I peeped some of it. Don't shoot me, y'all. I know. I've never seen a lot of the super old school hip hop movies I did not see. That's one of my secret shames.
It's all right. There's no reason to be ashamed. You're good.
Yeah, it is what it is. I did see House Party in theaters. That was my generation.
Yeah. Tons of house parties that would actually... we just experienced house parties, clubs, tailgates, another club, bus, club. Like everything was happening this past weekend.
Did you go to any after parties?
Well, we're talking about HU Homecoming, y'all. So as y'all know, me and Benhameen are proud Howard alums, Howard University in Washington, D.C. Did I go to any after parties? I went to multiple parties on Saturday.
I'm talking about like, did you do like when the club closed, the afters?
Oh, the afters? Hell no. Because Saturday I OD. I was like, I don't know. It was like from 10 a.m. on through like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was just, and it was nonstop. Like I just kept hitting up different places. And by that time I was like, fuck this, I'm going home. So
I was definitely
I
the
wasn't
Denzel
there.
meme. I did not
You
want to be
was?
the Denzel meme, but I ended up being the
I
Denzel meme.
was intoxicated on
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th, I was intoxicated. I drank all of those days. I drank in excess.
14 and 15.
Man, listen. I got in town on Thursday night and it did not stop till Sunday night. That's when I finally, laid down my crown.
Yeah, no, I mean, and my husband and my husband's also a Howard grad. We left like somewhat early Sunday, so we didn't even get to enjoy the festivities on Sunday, really, no brunches and nothing like that. But shout out to Old Howard Gala on Friday. We went to that. That's you dressed up in your finest, doing ratchet things with your hood rat friends. And then, like I said, Saturday was literally just because everyone feels the need that they gotta throw their own party, even though we're all part of the same class. So unfortunately, it has you spread out all over the city, which I actually really hate. I would wish that they would condense it a little bit more. I understand wanting to maybe split the crowd a little bit, but it gets annoying. That said, I still had a good time. We had a good time. My niece also just graduated from Howard University last year. So this was her first homecoming as an alum. Got to hang out with her at Park. Like, it was cool. And I got to see plenty of friends and all that other stuff. Definitely, I wasn't even supposed to really be there. It definitely felt different from last year, which was the 100th. This year was a little bit more low key.
Yeah, a little bit more low key.
Related to, in relation to last year. And then also
even to the 99th.
Yeah, and then also I just 99's pretty good. Like I said, I just was really annoyed, especially with the change about tailgate, right? Like we don't have tailgate in the parking lot next to the towers anymore, right? And there's a smaller version of it that's in Banneker across the street, but like that's not really for everybody, and it's just not the same, right? Nothing was the same, right? So it's
tailgate next to McDonald's had gotten a little weird, though, I have to say, because it turned into like everybody, like you said. So,
but that was what made it legendary. I mean, when you have niggas jumping the fence, like fucking their underwear getting caught on the fence,
see, that's what I'm saying. I don't need all that.
In.
I don't need all that.
I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was peak.
That was cool. That was cool for the moment. But like when I'm in there with Negroes wearing tight jeans and Yeezys, I'm like, nah, fam. Like, we need some separation of classes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need.
You don't want to hang with the baby bison
in school. You can't be at my tailgate. I'm sorry, dog. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, you
gotta at least have graduated, fam, to be at the tailgate that I'm trying to be at. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be at the tailgate when you got to go to class on Monday. I'm sorry, bro.
You don't want to be at the tailgates with the baby bison.
No, like not when like I say, baby is fine when you're, graduated, alumni baby bison. But when you're still like when you're waking up to go to class on Monday, now you can't be at my tailgate, fam.
Wow.
That's what I mean. That's what got a little too excessive. That was excessive. I get it. I get why they shut that down.
Well, the funny part is I would never I know they were there, but I wouldn't see them anyway because the tents I'm hanging out with, they're not necessarily coming to,
man,
right? Like, and the place was so big. Well, it wasn't big. That's another thing people don't know. It's a very small condensed space. It was a big crowd, so it was easy not to see certain people.
Oh no, it was easy not to, but when cats is calling Earl right in front of you, it's easy to see that too.
Well, that was the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I did see a lot of baby bison not being able to hold the liquor, and I'm just like, come on, guys. I mean, you can do what you want to do. You can party, but you gotta get your shit together. You gotta know your limits and know when to say when. That's all I gotta say because y'all looking crazy in the streets. They're looking crazy. Someone on TikTok, they actually put up a post talking about they went to the homecoming. I don't even think they went to Howard, but they were like, you girls wearing mini skirts in 40-degree weather, which it was. And he said, ain't nothing wrong with that, but you can't be laid out on the street drunk in the dirt. And he said he kept seeing that happening over and over with younger kids just in the dirt.
You didn't go here.
That doesn't matter. He still has a valid point. Don't be in the dirt. That's just not like bison know how to hold their liquor and keep their shit together. I gotta say that. So
not true.
My class do. I don't know about your class.
Sounds good. Your class is thousands.
With my class was a bunch of drunkards too.
Yes, so I gotta say that. Every class is a bunch of drunkards, and every class has moments where they don't hold it together. because I had moments where I didn't hold it together.
Yeah.
I got people.
I'm talking about as a unit, not as individuals. The
individuals make up the unit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
It's
you
one
didn't hold
thing.
it together
It's
this
one thing.
day.
Yeah, it's one
Someone
thing.
didn't hold it together that day. You know.
Yeah. That's one thing, but it's also another thing when it's like your whole class is known for just being sloppy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm like, damn, bro. Like people doing TikToks about you.
That's just haters. That's like every class. Like if you would, like I'm like again, I didn't go to a time when there was social media, so
there was social media when I was at Howard. So.
You know,
Right
there, but the grace of God, I go because y'all would have called us monsters.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Either way, I still had fun at homecoming. I know you had fun too.
I had a blast. Shout out. I guess I shouldn't say their name, but shout out to the fan who approached me at Florida Ave Grill, said they'd been listening to us for a long time, and then had me concerned for the rest of the weekend after we shook hands and they told me that my hands were cold and was my health okay.
He said, yo, I ain't low, bro. Are you anemic?
Yo, it's like, fam, thank you for listening and all that.
Not them like gauging your health.
Like,
in a chance encounter.
In a chance encounter. I'm like, it's cold outside. I don't know. You know, like my hands are unnaturally warm. So I don't know what was going on at that point. But shout out to you. Thank you for listening. I won't say your name because, you know, I don't know if I didn't get permission for all that. So
yeah, privacy.
Yeah, but they've been
where you are.
They've been a listener for a long time, yeah. And that was really dope. That was, you know, it's always dope when people come up and tell us they're fans of the show, but at homecoming is extra special.
Yeah.
I got a lot of that. I got a lot of people saying, you know, keep doing what you're doing and all that stuff with everything, with the show, with the book, everybody. So that was really dope. That was one thing about homecoming this year that was really ill to me. Like, as much as normally it's like, yo, you ain't getting on the DJ, you know, like this year is a lot more of like, yo, you know, big shout out to you on your podcast, on your book, you know, all this type of stuff. So that was really fire.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Somebody said they were going to buy the Lionel shirt that you're wearing right now because I was rocking it. And they were like, yo, I got to get that joint. So, yeah, you know.
ForAllNerds.com.
There it is. I told them right then.
Mm-hmm. I told you I'm going to start carrying out QR codes. And anytime anybody says something, I'll be like, don't say 2 words. You need to scan it first. Scan it first, then you can talk.
Mm-hmm. Let me say something because we were talking about this before the show. And
yes.
I think what has been going on, especially personally with me, is like I'll have these weekends like Homecoming and New York Comic Con, which are really been super fantastic and kind of surreal and not really taking place in the reality that we live in day to day, basically. You know, with New York Comic Con, you have a weekend full of geeks and progressive nerds and all kind of different people coming together and just unified in their love of nerddom, right? And then, you know, at Howard, you have all these beautiful Black people coming together and just, you know, we have this unification of all having gone through the same struggle, being in Howard, that history of Howard, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's just wild, you know, hearing that song at the end of one party I was at when people were singing, I'm so glad I went to, you know, Howard, you were not a white school. It feels, you know, it feels glorious. I can't lie. It feels fucking glorious. And then you come back to reality, you know. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Here we are.
Oh, there goes rabbit. Sorry.
Yeah, you know, I know you had to do it, right? And here we are stuck in this malaise, I guess is one way to say it. Like, I mean, for one, we're not in the worst of it. You know, shout out to Jamaica, you know, prayers up for them. For all the islands, for Cuba, for
and we have listeners in Jamaica as well. So, you know, we've been, and I have family, friends who are in there praying for you. I know like Montego Bay and a few areas near there suffered the worst of it.
That's where my people's at. I hit my man up, Godwin. Yeah. Shout out to my brother Godwin. I hit him up. I ain't even heard back from him yet. Communications
are down across the island, and it's really hard for messages. So that's why I'm just praying for everybody's safety. Some people who were able to get in touch with, others who are still kind of in the wind a little bit. So we're just praying at this point.
But back in America, you know, we are dealing with our own drama and issues that seems to get worse and worse every day.
And millions going to lose SNAP benefits November 1st. That is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Saturday.
It's really tough. And we're over here, hey, go to ForAllNerds.com and buy a shirt, and I'm over here, go to DJ or Black Dance Energy and, pick up some music. And or, even listening to this show. And it's really difficult, I'll be honest, to do any of those type of things in this environment when I'm looking at long term of how, what's going on with the economy, how it's just, it is in a dumpster fire to say the least.
It's and there has been announcements of like 20 massive layoffs across. There was only like just today there was like a post about 20 plus companies laying off like tens of thousands of people, not like a few hundred, tens of thousands, and like huge, they call the white collar companies as well as blue collar companies. So
yeah,
shit is fucked up.
That's very all you can say is like, I'm sitting here, I don't really know where I'm going with this. Like, normally I'm the type to have some type of positive energy, like I have a cousin who believes in positive energy only, and I'm not that type of dude, I'll be honest. I'm definitely someone who wallows in a lot of shit sometimes. But when I come on the show, I try and have some type of, hey, folks,
there's a light at the end of the tunnel type shit?
Yeah, and I don't know about that right now. I know there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I know that overall things will get better, I guess. See, it's so hard for me to say that.
It's kind of like it's outwardly, yes, things feel like it could get worse, right? Or will get worse, right? And the way I've been realizing like a lot of stuff when people is like, oh, the worst is about to happen and all that stuff. Usually the bomb already dropped and you're dealing with the fallout, right? So not to say that was the beginning of the fallout, but it was at least outwardly the beginning of the fallout. The bomb dropped last year, November, or excuse me, whenever it was, whatever the date was where
even 4 years ago when he first got a letter.
Sure, 4 years ago. That's when the fucking bomb dropped. And granted, we were in spaces where we were shielded. Especially if you live in a blue state, you may have been
8 years now.
You may have been shielded from some things, but at the end of the day, the bomb did already blow up. And it has just been, the fallout just is now speeding up. And again, that's not to mitigate how everybody's feeling. That's not to say that, you should feel how you feel right now. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like at times I feel helpless. I feel like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, what can I control? Is my action going to make a difference, right? Again, I live in a blue state. You live in a blue state. Not to say that that's the end all be all, but you have some shielding there because you have leaders that have a backbone.
We live in a blue city. Our state is...
State. New York is a blue state. New York is like, there's pockets. Yes. There's Republicans and bullshit everywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck Staten Island. Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about who's the governor right now and what does she do, right? Or what do they do?
Yeah.
Same with other places. There are other places and people who are in other states that are not in those situations, right? Where they're directly fighting against it. And I know the prescription that everyone's been saying is, and honestly, that is, if you're looking for some semblance of power, when voting is right around the corner, November 4th, right around the corner, November 5th, right around the corner. That is your time. Vote these motherfuckers out. Primary these motherfuckers. Like, I don't know how much can be stressed in that way. Is it going to be the balm of Gilead? Like, is that going to solve everything? Absolutely not. But it's going to give us a chance. And I think that's what people got to understand. Like, we got to give ourselves some type of chance. These niggas is going to do what the fuck they want to do. They're going to skirt the law. They're going to skirt the courts. They're going to do all this stuff. Well, shit, let's put in some type of defense. Something. Like, just because the shit is like, it looks helpless doesn't mean you should do nothing. And that's all I'm really saying about that. Like, there is stuff you can do, or you can influence to the best of your ability. Do that. Try. There are stuff that we are all trying to do to try to enforce some type of change, right? Like I had mentioned to you, there's that economic blackout that has been recently announced, which is like, and it's been going through like the black community, but I know that it's been expanding outwardly. But from November 25th to December 2nd is a protest against working or spending money during that week, and that typically is it might be the highest spending week of all the year for this country, because that's Black Friday. That's around Thanksgiving. That's when people start shopping for Christmas. My thing is, we got to speak and control what we can. We can speak with our dollars, right? We've done that with Target. Target was in the fucking trash this last damn near 2 years now. Have they made a change? Have they announced, they're going back to DI? No. But guess who ain't shopping there? And guess what money they still don't have? Guess where their fucking stock is right now? Billions. You understand? Like billions in value loss. Like there's ways you can hurt these niggas. And that's like, we have to identify those ways that you can hurt them. We live in a capitalistic society, so the dollar is king. Remove that. Remove that power. Don't spend that money. If you can. I understand that's not practical for everybody. That's another thing. Like, I also understand a lot of people, they see these things like, well, nigga, I cannot go to work. Heard. I cannot go to work either. But I cannot not shop on Amazon. I cannot not go, unless I'm trying to get something for my baby or something like that. Like, I don't got to go to the fucking store. I don't got to buy no fucking clothes. I ain't got to do shit. But stay black.
I've definitely been off target. It's harder to get off Amazon, but we're definitely not nearly as frequent as buyers as we used to be of Amazon at all, man. I used to have Amazon packages coming through this whole, constantly, and now it's slowed down considerably. And during that week, I definitely won't be doing anything, so that's not an issue, because even for Christmas, that shit's canceled to me. Like, buying
cancel that shit.
Yeah, like buying up a bunch of shit for people is like, no. That shit's...
And there's other ways to go about it. Now, granted, people are gonna have either valid reasons and or excuses about why they can't do this and why they can't do that. There are alternatives, right? Make some shit for your family.
Yep. Buy some shit locally.
Get your arts and crafts up.
Support black businesses.
Support black businesses, independently owned businesses. Start if you a crafty motherfucker, you know how to make clothes and shit. Make some motherfucking clothes for somebody. Understand? Like we really got to get creative and be like, damn, if I have an ability to, how do I not deal with this, right? Or how do I do it in a different way that still benefits my community and still, as they say, sticks it to the man, right? Like there are avenues to take.
I can make people chopsticks. I learned how to do that this summer.
Look at that. Chopsticks by Benhameen.
Shout out to my homie Lydia.
Launch a website. You understand?
Lydia is definitely the chopstick master.
Chopsticks by Benhameen. I mean, it's we have to just, and again, within your means, within reason.
Hold up, the cultural appropriation of chopsticks by Benhameen is so wild.
That is mad culturally inappropriate. That's culturally inappropriate.
Just getting rich.
Make chopsticks. Culturally appropriate. Don't know what step 3 is. 4 is profit. So I don't know. But the point is that there are ways we can fight back. And yes, there are. If you have the ability, maybe you just leave the fucking country. Good for you.
Man, I got cursed out on Threads for saying that.
To leave a country? That has been a long-standing thing, because niggas been talking about leaving the country since Bush and before.
Yeah, I got somebody, and it's apparently a big account. What was it? The Indigenous Art Anarchists, I think it was.
Okay.
And they're like, some 175,000. I don't know how many, a bunch of followers. And
it's because your posts get a lot of engagement, man. It goes wide. It goes far.
I know, I get it, because I definitely wasn't talking to this motherfucker. And maybe they thought I was white, because of my profile pic or whatever, but...
Oh, shit. Sorry to interrupt. Real quick PSA. A lot of y'all watch this channel and you don't hit the like or the subscribe button. Help out ForAllNerds. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Join the FANFAM. Do it now, and we'll get right back to this video.
Oh, it's still homeboy from
Oh, it ain't never
Starship
changing.
Troopers.
That is it. Like, that is my profile
Still
pic.
Rico Suave
Yeah, it's
on the
Rico.
cross.
It is Rico until we free again. You know what I mean? It's Rico till they up out of here, at least. At the very
My
least,
nigga Rico.
it is Rico till they up out of here. I'll say that.
Rico till it's backwards.
Yeah, it's Rico till it's backwards, boys. White men getting whipped from day one. That's straight up. That is my profile. Somebody asked me that at homecoming. And they're like, "Yo, what's that about?" I was like, "What's a white man getting whipped?"
It's a white man getting whipped.
They were
What
like,
you
say
mean?
less. By a black man at that. By a dark-skinned black
funny.
man. Say less.
That's
So
funny.
yeah, anyway, the indigenous anarchists had something to say when I was talking about, leaving the country, and they were like, well, waves and indigenous. And once again, let me just make this quick
Wait,
point.
what?
Yeah, I'm
I
so
didn't hear it.
tired of like the appropriation. Like, y'all can do nothing without us. And that goes for everyone. Sorry, indigenous person who had made that, because waves and anything is a black saying. You know
Did
what
you
I mean?
say
It's like,
waves?
no, they said waves and indigenous goodbye. Like, that's what they did. And I was like, oh, because they were like, well, if you're not ready to fight, then, goodbye. We don't want you here. I said, I don't know who the fuck you are. You can, I said something about like, someone from the back, like it was not a kind response.
Right.
Because I ain't that one. You know what I mean? Like, I've already
Why did they
the
bring in?
work.
I mean, I get the allegory, but why did they have to bring indigenous into it?
Okay,
Like,
they are indigenous.
I understand that. I'm just saying, why did they have to do that?
Because they had to wave in indigenous. Because they had to be some cute little.
Hey, yo.
They didn't have to do that.
Yeah, they didn't have to do all that shit. Yeah, like
They didn't have to do that.
and someone else responded to me like, "Oh, this account has, that's how they get down, and
That's how they
why,
talk. Okay.
Yeah, that's why they unfollowed them already, because they have a lot of slit shit to say,
Mm.
And it's like man, I like you said, my accounts, my post did a lot of traction, and I'll get a lot of those like big blue check accounts responding to me sometimes, and I've cursed a few of them out. I ain't gonna lie, like
some of them require to be cursed out.
because it's like. They're the type who will start sicking their followers on you and stuff like. It'll be black people, and people. I'm not gonna name names, but recently somebody came at me over a post, and I was like, first of all, you read that completely wrong, and they did, and they're like, oh, I did. I'm like, well, no, but you shouldn't have jumped down my throat with that bullshit you started with,
Mm-hmm.
And like you said before, make the apology as loud as the disrespect.
As the disrespect. Yep.
And so I was like, oh, okay, I see who you are. Moving on. Anyway, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I said about that indigenous anarchist thing. Is why it makes me think that it might be time to leave this country, because one, what I was talking about, what they responded to was I was watching this video where this dude, shout out to Deleted, their dope YouTube channel, and they weren't even talking about, the history of this country, but it just came up. And they were like, 400 years of slavery, 100 years of indentured servitude. Yeah, not slavery.
Slavery light.
Yeah, slavery light. New slavery, whatever you want to call it, and then 61 years since the Civil Rights Act. So that's 500 years of pure legalized slavery, and then 61 years of bullshit, and now they're trying to turn her back to slavery again, immediately. I mean, throughout those 61 years, it ain't like they ever stopped, because like we mentioned and talked about multiple times, the prison industrial complex basically replaced sharecropping, et cetera, into slavery.
They're trying to turn back to slavery for all. They're trying to, and it's not just black people, guys.
No, slavery for
not just black people. Slavery for everybody. Slavery for women, particularly. Slavery for everyone that's not white, Catholic, Protestant, whatever the baseline, as they say, their default of what they feel like an American is. Slavery for every motherfucker.
And
that's what they're calling for.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, when I was watching this video, and like I said, dude wasn't even talking about history of America. I think the video might have been about Drake or Kendrick or something, but it just turned in that real quick. When I just saw the numbers, I'm like, hold up, 500 years straight up. Not every country on this earth has had 500 years of legalized slavery. So I'm like, why am I fighting my life to live in the one that has?
Because you have claim to this land. And I understand.
I got claim to the earth.
Sure, Ben.
Yeah.
We can talk about that all day.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about as it stands. You are a man from Houston, Texas. H-Town going down, Third Ward all day, all that shit. There is a there is a thought, there is an approach that a lot of people have. It's like, this, no matter what they say about Black people and try to deter us and all that stuff, this is our fucking land too, right? Because we don't discriminate. We don't exclude others, right? We enjoy everybody. So we say too. We weren't originally here. We were forced here, but at the end of the day, we're the ones who built this fucking country, right? We are here too. This is our land too. My people's come here too. When I go back into history, my niggas is from down south. And if I go further than that, then I can start seeing some countries in Africa here and there on the Ivory Coast, sure. But at the end of the day, this is my goddamn country. And I know there's a thought from a lot of people that, like, no one's gonna fucking run me off of my land in that way. And yes, there might be that obviously is a potential indigenous thought. That's obviously a thought from others who have potentially, immigrated here, all this other stuff. And I get that. I get that side of feeling like, I don't care what the fuck goes on. You're not going to run me out of my shit, where my ancestors built this shit, where I fucking lived and died and tilled the soil and did this and did that and raised my family, all that. So I get it. The idea of, like, who the fuck are you to tell me where I'm going to be? I also get your point. It's like, why am I fighting for this bullshit? Mm-hmm. It was 500 years of this bullshit. Then I get a little taste of something, because it wasn't even true freedom, because we all not free. We all was never free. Let's be clear. LGBTQ, indigenous, everybody else. We was all never fully free, but we was in a space of gaining some freedoms. And now they're trying to revert it all, right? So I can understand, you're like, well, shit, if they want to do that, why am I fucking bugging out staying here? Let me go somewhere else. That's not to say that racism is not going to follow you somewhere else. There just may be countries where the systems are working for the people a little bit better.
Yes.
Which, yes, there are a few countries that are like that.
And then, like, beyond the racism, we have, techno-feudal fascism going on now that is, like, again, that's has its
But you're not going to be able to run from no matter what country you're in. I just hope you know that.
Yeah, that part is pretty difficult to run from. The Christian right is also getting difficult to run from, but
that's getting difficult to run from because, and unfortunately, a lot of countries follow the U.S. lead when it comes to politics. If we start leaning to the right, all of a sudden, all these right-leaning, right-wing shit. Look who just got elected the Prime Minister of Japan. Right, fully right. You understand? So, like, it's like, you continue, but that does influence a lot.
I know. I've talked about that before, like how my safe zone used to be somewhere like Africa, like Ethiopia, and Ethiopia has become so Americanized by everyone's use of a phone that it's just where it's like, damn, you can't run away from it.
Now, are there countries where there's better laws, stuff like
yes.
Europe? In Europe, I say, when it comes to, like, they are adamant about not feeding, as far as I can see, giving their people poison in their food.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hell no. You can't even get Ritz crackers out there. Cause they be like, this shit is ass. We're not, this is carcinogenic and all this other stuff. They have regulations. It's not the end-all be-all, but they got mad regulations well and above the US on mad shit. What, internet, all this other stuff. So yes, there are areas that have better social politics, better social programs. Most of the countries have universal health care. There are better ways, yes. But you're not going to be able to get away from everything.
No, it's not about getting away from everything. It's just about making choices to be, how much of this do you want to deal with?
And and that's why I said earlier, like, if you are blessed enough to be able to make that decision and dip, then dip. And don't let nobody, and I'm talking to everybody, not just you, don't let nobody, like, shame you for having that, like, decided to do that. The only time you should be shamed if you go on talking to people, oh, you need to do this. Don't tell other people what they need to do. Mm-hmm. You got a plan. You got the means. Go do your thing. Enjoy your life. As long as you're doing that, like, don't let nobody sway you, make you feel different, make you feel funky about the shit you're doing. Because at the end of the day, this is your life and you got to deal with the consequences of your choices. So that's why I don't like, if you could do it and you could have that happen for you, and that is what's going to keep you level mentally, physically, financially, socially, like, do it. I'll visit you if I don't get locked up first. Gotta just waiting for the day, and again, I just also understand there's just levels to it, right? And there's levels to like at all of this. There's people who can't run. There's people who can't get out. There's people who won't get out or don't want to, or whatever the case may be, right? There's people who cannot not shop or not go to work. And yes, but there's something you could do.
Mm-hmm. And like I say, I'm always very active in my community. I'm always trying to do things in my community to strengthen my community and things of that nature. I've definitely been looking into food banks and how to help support people with this whole SNAP thing that's going on. And
yeah. You got people, niggas who got money, go buy some, and maybe not during the economic blackout, but go buy some food beforehand and put that shit in the fucking pantry, the food pantry. Yep. Go work. I know, like, what is it, DoorDash or whatever? Like they claim they giving everybody money to get groceries. Not everybody, but people who have SNAP benefits or who are supposed to get SNAP benefits who are not getting it. If they sign up for it, I think they give them like $100 or $250, something like that. So,
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, and also it just furthers, again, I said there's levels of this, how, hunger and poverty and all this stuff could be wiped out tonight.
Immediately. Yeah.
Tonight. Because there are billions circulating in the system by all these tech companies, by all these billionaires. Like money isn't real, and all the problems could be solved tonight.
We live in the worst timeline. Well, it's not the worst. It's like Peacemaker showed. There could be giant skull-headed spiders shooting death beams out of their eyes.
I'm saying, like, if you want to put the fiction in it, it could be worse.
Yeah, it could always be worse,
Could be worse, I know some people are in worst right now, right? They're in the worst.
Yeah.
Me and you are not necessarily in the worst. We feel the effects, but we're not in the worst. We are.
Some people are.
Some people are already.
Yeah.
We're in a house, a home, apartment, whatever. We got 4 walls. We got some food. We got the internet. We talking to each other right now. We got liberties to a degree. I mentioned before where the city, state we live in. ICE out there, but they also get and beat the fuck up by New York. You understand? Like, I just like, it's like, I want you to have the space to be able, you and everybody listening, like, I want y'all to be able to have the space to like be upset and, be depressed and all this other stuff. And at the same time, you can't stay in that. Understand where you do have blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know everybody hates to hear that. Oh, I'm blessed, blah, blah, blah. No, nigga, you got blessings.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. It's always like, don't tell me how I'm blessed, man. I can't pay my bills. Wah, wah, wah.
On that note, yo. I guess I've never really heard this, but my new favorite saying is, man, I would cut off my own hand if I could have yours.
What? Who said that?
It's like, boy, I'm trying to get like you, but on the next level. It's the next level.
I have never heard that phrase.
See,
like that.
I was not the only one who had never.
I would cut off my hand to take yours.
Like if
I get it, but
if I could have your hand, I would cut off my own. Because I'm at this party. I'm at the brunch on Sunday, and my man shows up with me. I ain't seen him, and we start doing that. First, oh, bro, I'm just trying to get like you, Oh, man, I see you over there, Playboy. And then he comes with that one. Man, I would cut off. And I'm like, yo, what, homie?
That's like some down south shit. That's your people's.
No,
I ain't never heard that shit in my life.
I asked the New Yorker. I asked my man who's a straight up New Yorker. He said he'd heard it before.
I ain't never heard that shit.
The funniest shit is he was like, yo, I heard this like 3-4 times this weekend. And it was people saying it with like a straight up face, like not even blinking. And I'm crying because I'm like, yo, that is such a wild thing to say to somebody.
It's
and he's
wild.
Like, yo, people just say it so nonchalantly. And I'm like, yo, we got to work on our slang, black people.
Like there's other ways to deliver your expression than cutting off arms and legs and appendages and shit.
Like man, I would cut off my own hand.
Like, I know there's a phrase that's similar to that, but not the hand.
What's the one similar to that?
It's like, I would give you my firstborn or some shit like that. Like, which is not even any that much better, but if I could get that, I'd give you my firstborn type shit.
Yeah,
like,
I've never heard that one before. I've never heard I would cut off my own hand if I could have yours. Like, that's
the sentiment is though, it's just like, I'm down bad, and what you think is bad ain't that bad.
Yeah. Damn, fam. Nah, man, you can't be doing that out here.
Yeah. Listen, Black people, we're gonna be okay. It ain't gonna be easy.
We gotta stop saying that bullshit.
It ain't gonna be easy.
That's that one. Oh, we gonna make it, Black people. We've been through everything.
No. I said we're gonna be okay, but it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
And it's not to say like, oh, we some resilient superheroes. No, nigga. It's, again, before the bomb dropped, shit was going down. When the bomb dropped, shit is going down. We persist. What? Who said that? Who said that? Was that wasn't no Vision shit. He said love persists. That's what he said. Some shit like that. We persist. We move on. We continue. I'm also trying to make y'all laugh, because I know, like, again, this is a fucked up timeline we in, and there's got to be something that makes you not want to fall down and cry every day. That's one of the reasons why we do this show. Like, we know we're going to be able to, like, we're going to give you some knowledge, we're going to give you some information, we're going to give our opinion, this and that, and one of the things I love the most is trying to make y'all laugh. Like, my whole thing is like, my goal in every show is to make Benhameen laugh.
That's
every time.
Not that difficult.
I don't know if you know that, but every time.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's same. That's always my goal too, is to make you laugh and really to make myself really crack up. Because if I made myself really crack up, it's something that I know that's really gonna be good. You know, like yeah. But definitely you as well, and the audience. And I'm always trying to make people feel better about their situation. That's why I was like, I just don't know about recording today, because I wasn't feeling too good about my situation. So
how you feel now? Or maybe you feel the same. I don't know, but how you feel now?
I mean, I always feel better after we do our show. You know, that's always good. You know, it's like, this is always therapeutic for me, and I know it's therapeutic for people listening. So,
facts.
You know, shout out to, once again, the listener who said I have cold hands.
It's some iron in you, nigga.
They were really concerned. So I'm, you know, thank you for the concern.
And you know, you mentioned that just reminded me, like, something I really want to bring back, y'all, is like, y'all, you know, we've been brought back, you know, guac is extra, you know, y'all sending us your questions and things like that. But like, I want to really get back to that. Like, y'all was really reaching out to us, like telling us how y'all felt. Like, again, it doesn't have to be fandom related. Like, y'all just want to vent on some shit because it affects you as a people, or it affects you as an American, or it just affects you as a woman, or affects you as LGBTQ, whatever. Like, y'all are our family, and we want to hear from our family and see how we can talk to you and help counsel and things like that. That's why I'm like, I've said it before, contact@forallnerds.com is the email address. You can also hit us up in the DMs on the socials if you want to do it that way. Whatever you want. We want to hear from you, okay? Doesn't even have to be fandom related. Just like, we are here. We are helping each other. And it's really important that we know where y'all stand in things as well. You know, how we could do better, everything.
Yeah, anything at all. And that, like Tatiana said, it really means a lot, because that's something that I, this weekend at Howard Homecoming, and earlier this year, I talked about it some when I went to the farm in Vermont. Two of the biggest or best experiences of the year for me involved just being seen by people, and just, you know, people really looking you in the eyes and just talking to you. And even though I know we're on the internet where you can't do that as much, but when you send us those emails, or when you hit us on threads, wherever, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and just tell us how you're feeling, you know, what's going on with you in your life and all that, it really means the world to us, because it's that personal connection. Like, we're doing this show and we're just talking into the ether, basically. And, you know, we'll get our comments and stuff and things of that nature. And honestly, a lot more people comment more when they're angry than when they're happy. Like, again, going back to this person who came up to me, you know, this week, they were like, yo, I've been listening to you forever. And I'm like, I ain't never heard of you in my life. I would have definitely remembered you. You know, you're an HU grad like me. You're alumni. And if you'd ever said any of this, we would have been, you know, connected, talk about nerd shit, whatever.
It would have been cool.
Yeah, and you ain't say a word. And so it's like, I need y'all to reach out and say a word sometimes, like, for real, because the people who do reach out a lot. So, I mean, and shout out to y'all who, like, the ones who show up for every time I go online. You know, every time we do a can't remember the damn
Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch. Yeah, sorry. That's how bad that's how long it's been. And we'll be back though. Me and Luna were doing the Baldur's Gate, you know, just been caught up with a bunch of other stuff lately.
Which is hilarious, by the way.
Critical failure. You're about to get taken.
Y'all can't help me?
Yeah.
Oh shit. We will be back to it because I have had a ball. And I actually started playing. Oh my God, I started playing the Warhammer 40K. I told y'all how much I love Warhammer. And I finally played the one that's basically the tabletop online. So I think I'm gonna start streaming that because it's like slow and methodical and I can talk while doing it. So I think that's something I'll do. Yeah. So we'll get back to that on Twitch. So shout out to all y'all. Like I was saying, shout out to the people who are always there, always saying what up. But I need them other people. You know what I mean? I need the people who don't say what up.
Yeah.
Say what up. You know, one time.
Say it one time. Let us know you alive. Let us know.
Please. I know you got to get out of here real quick before we do. It's been slow. I mean, it's a slow time right now. It's basically the time where all the studios are rolling out all their big Oscar movies and award season movies. So those will be dropping. But right now it's been like that in between summer and fall where there's kind of quiet. I know you saw something though.
Yeah, I saw Chainsaw Man Resi Arc. I don't know if you watch or know what Chainsaw Man
is. I watched like most of the first season.
What'd you think?
I mean, some of that shit was hilarious. Like when they were trapped in that
the Groundhog Day apartment building.
Yeah, that was that was hilarious and ill. It just Chainsaw Man in general is pretty hilarious and you know pretty dope. You know, dope animation, all that stuff.
Yeah. Saw it in the theater. Animation's still fire. Like the way the fight scenes, and at times it could be hard to follow just in terms of what's going on the screen because there's so much shit happening on the screen, and they also skew the. It gives what's the I'm trying to think of the anime. Oh, Kill la Kill. Sometimes it gives the Kill la Kill vibe, whereas like the animation is skewed, where it starts degrading almost like instead of like, and it's on purpose, right? So instead of like fully fleshed out, like you see what a character is drawn, like you know a man is drawn, then it's like the arms start contorting, and then the body starts lengthening, and they're trying to give the expression that you know this is some chaotic shit happening. So if it's chaotic shit happening, you ain't gonna be able to see what it look like on screen, right? It's gonna look chaotic, and that's cool. I had a problem with it just as whether or not it really truly progressed the story. Like it felt more like filler, like, oh, well, here's the boss that they happen to fight, and then like nothing necessarily changes for the greater story. Me and my husband actually had it was a good argument, but a big argument about this, where it was just like I felt like this didn't really progress the story. It gave you a lot of characterizations, but didn't necessarily like if you're going from the anime to watching the movie and then going back to the anime, it's just like the kind of where they started in my head. And it was a different vibe that I got than when I saw Demon Slayer movie. Demon Slayer movie was fucking incredible. Like ain't that's number one as far as like this year's anime movie. Like that's number fucking one. And for me, it felt like the story fucking progressed. Like they ended the anime or the end of the season in one situation, and then the movie picks up where that was and goes forward. And again, you know, you let's argue in the comments. Appreciate you. So that was my only real concern or complaint, I don't know, about Chainsaw Man, but at the end of the day, like it was so cool. It was some funny fucking shit happening throughout it. It was still hilarious. The beginning was much slower though. So if you were expecting like a lot from jump, you're not getting that. Like it's slow in the beginning and then it picks up when the actual big fight happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did not have a chance to see that joint. What I did peep, and not through any preview, I just peeped it because it came on HBO Max, was Welcome to Derry, the new series that is a prequel to the two It films. It takes place in the same timeline as the two It films that were released. I think the last one came out last year, right? And it's the first episode, at least, is directed by the same director of the two films. I've only seen the first of the new It movies. I didn't peep the second one. I honestly found that joint absolutely hilarious. Like
It movie was fucking funny.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't just me because
no, it was funny as fuck.
I think I've told you my personal It story, like,
yes,
and how I don't mess with, the whole franchise
situations. Yeah,
because I had a very real life, all right, we're not gonna talk about it right now.
We don't need to traumatize. We're good. But no, the movie was hilarious. Yes.
And even so, because I'm like back in the day, I didn't watch the one that came on TV because I was, I had this real life terrifying shit. But I watched that recently, like I think on a plane, and it's even more terrifying than the more recent one. And it's like, super old school and everything. The recent one was just hilarious. And I don't know, maybe the second one's don't be. Did you peep the second one?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I didn't, because I'm like, maybe that'll do it. Anyway, Welcome to Derry is continuing the fine tradition of being fucking hilarious and not terrifying in any way, shape, or form. It was actually grotesque. I'll give it that. There's definitely some grotesque body horror. Yeah, I didn't really like that either. I don't like none of that. It opens up with a really ill sequence where this little boy gets trapped in this car with his family who is definitely off their rocker, and then the mom gives birth to this demon baby. And I was hoping for the clown It to come up out of the mom, because that would have been hilarious. But the demon baby alone, oh my God, y'all. You do not know how many times. I mean, I had to pick myself up on the floor. I'm just rolling. Like, it's a big ass baby, for one. It's like this giant big, maybe, about that big of a baby. Oh my big God. Old head. It got wings and two heads for some reason.
Wings, nigga?
Little wings, like little bat wings, flapping. Oh my God. And so it's like, it flaps around the car and slams into the window, at which point I'm rolling again, and then comes over and eats the boy up. I'm crying. The rest of the episode is about these, like, it felt like Stranger Things. I can't lie. Stranger Things set in 61. And so a bunch of the other kids are trying to find this boy and what happened to him. And they don't even really like him because he was, not well liked and all this stuff, but they feel guilt over that. So they form up this crew to find him. The other part of the story that's seemingly wildly not connected is this black major comes to, it's an Air Force base in Derry, and the black major is now newly assigned to the Air Force base. His family hasn't gotten there yet. I think we see all of them in the trailer, but in this first episode, we just see the major, and he's dealing with the typical things in 1961, racism, him being the new guy where certain people love him and other people hate him. And of course, there's something weird going on at this base. But that's wildly unconnected from this story so far, at least, of these little kids trying to find their friend, which, spoiler alert, I got to say spoiler because it's something that y'all got to know going in. If you want to watch the series,
you'll float too.
All right, I'm just a spoiler right now. So spoiler alert, if you don't want to spoil it, turn it off right now. At the end of the episode, the demon baby eats all them kids, except for one girl and two girls, a black girl who wasn't even involved with it, other than, she kind of gets there at the end and avoids getting ate, and the one white girl. Everybody else gets ate. These three boys did ate. I think it was three of them. Two of them.
By the demon baby?
By the demon baby. And one of them's little sister who just managed to tag along for this part of the adventure to get ate up. So that shit, I mean, look, before they got
demon baby's still at large.
Demon baby is still at large. Before they got ate, I was completely uninterested in this show by the end of it. Them getting ate made me, I'll tune in for a second.
And you know what? They were counting on that. They were like, all of this rest of this shit is ass. Let's just do some wild shit to bring the listeners and bring the viewers in.
Because it's straight up, it's like, oh yeah, y'all doing Stranger Things. Oh no, y'all not doing Stranger Things.
You thought that's what they did.
Welcome to Derry is now out on HBO Max. The second episode will drop on Halloween. We did not get previews for this, so this is just me watching off the cuff, off the screen. I'll probably talk more about it because I'm definitely going to at least watch the second episode.
I'll listen to what you're saying because I won't watch it, but I will be listening. I will be listening to your reviews.
That demon baby shit had me, yo. That thing is hilarious. It's so big. It's like this big ass baby running around eating kids.
I'm not a horror person. I'm not a body horror person. That's not my ministry. So I'm just like,
I'm not either. So far, the body horror was only that real quick. It was definitely grotesque.
It's probably never. It's not banned. You see it once, it's not the end.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's more.
But after that, it was just, gore. And there wasn't even much gore. It was just like, it was more like there was one shot of a kid getting dragged away by the baby, which was, rolling, folks. I'm crying.
Listen, y'all, we appreciate you. We love y'all so much. Like, truly, deeply love y'all. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for supporting us for years. Some of y'all for years. Cold hands. I'm start calling you cold hands for years. Thank y'all.
I'm the cold hands.
I know, but this is how I know the person.
Yeah.
Support in the ways you can. We like the easiest, quickest thing. If you're ready online, you already got access. Share our posts, share our episodes. Is literally half a second to press the button. There's on IG, there's a repost button. Press that shit. There's a little share arrow. Press that shit. It says who to share with. My entire following list. Just do it. Fuck the consequences. Just fucking do it. The worst you're gonna get is, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that? And they might press play. And that's what we're looking for, right? Yes, if you can, go to ForAllNerds.com.
You can get some dope merch. You know what I mean? You can support a Black-owned business, independently Black-owned by these two people you see right here. There ain't nobody else involved in it. Just us.
Luna.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out Luna and shout out Joe. But yes, this is a Black-owned enterprise. And as Benhameen was saying, everything that we do goes back into the show, goes back into everything that, as you saw us at Comic-Con, all these other places, like every way you support goes back into this entertainment vehicle, if you will. Mm-hmm. So, and also as mentioned, just please make sure y'all are following us on every freaking platform. There's nowhere you will not find us, but we will find you.
Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. It costs nothing. I know y'all are sitting there lurking and watching. Stop doing that. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit it. That way you ain't got to search for us every week when your show comes up. It comes up automatically in your feed. Hit the subscribe button, please. 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 Oh, yeah, and happy Halloween to everybody. You know what I mean? For real. Send us your Halloween outfits. Send us your costumes on Instagram. Tag us at ForAllNerds. All that good stuff. I love to see Halloween costumes. And I know y'all got some fire out there, so I want to see it.
Scary in these streets.
Swag Galactic will be out.
Hey, what's up, internets and the FANFAM? This is Tatiana King for ForAllNerds, and I want to thank you so much for listening and watching the ForAllNerds. Make sure you like and subscribe to us only on YouTube.
For All Nerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
For All Nerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/ForAllNerds.